Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a lazy young man. His days were incredibly simple: eat, lie down, and roll around. His mother would constantly warn him, "If you lie down right after eating, you'll turn into a cow." But the lazy man just laughed it off. "So what if I become a cow? Munching on grass in a green meadow all day and napping whenever I want? That sounds like absolute heaven. I'd rather be a cow." One day, as the lazy man lazed about, a mysterious monk appeared before him. In the monk's hands was a large, strangely beautiful ox mask that immediately caught the lazy man's eye. "I hear you wish you were a cow, young one. Put on this mask, and your wish shall be granted, a life of ease." Thrilled, the lazy man eagerly grabbed the mask and slipped it on. But in that very instant, his body froze. Fur sprouted, hooves formed, and a heavy iron ring pierced his nose. He had turned into an ox. "What's happening? Help me!" The lazy man screamed for help, but all that came out was a loud, rough moo. Just then, an old farmer happened to pass by on the road. The monk called out to him, "Good day, sir. I know how busy the farming season keeps you. Here is an ox. May it serve you well in your fields." In truth, the monk was a mystical spirit who transformed lazy souls into oxen to teach them the hardships of the world. Before leaving, the monk made sure to pass along one vital warning to the farmer. "There is just one thing to remember. Never feed this ox radishes. Don't even let it see one. This beast has an illness that will kill it the moment it tastes a radish." "How did you know I needed help, kind monk? What a wonderful gift! I am truly grateful," the farmer replied, bowing deeply. As the monk vanished, the lazy man cried out desperately to the farmer, but to the old man, it was nothing more than the loud mooing of a stubborn animal. "Quiet down! There is plenty of work to be done. Let's get moving." Dragged away by the farmer, the lazy man's days became an endless cycle of grueling work. The lazy man bellowed, "I'm a human being!" But the farmer just thought the ox was complaining about plowing. "Already slacking off, are you? Keep pulling that plow, now!" For the first time in his life, the lazy man felt the real ache of hard, sweaty labor. From before dawn to late at night, he plowed fields and hauled heavy loads. There was no time to rest, not even a moment to catch his breath. After months of toil, the lazy man was completely exhausted, body and soul. "Just like my mother warned, my laziness turned me into a beast. If I can never become human again, I'd rather face anything than remain a beast forever," the lazy man thought miserably. "If only I had listened to my mother and worked hard from the start. I regret it so deeply." Then one day, while the farmer was momentarily distracted, the lazy man spotted a patch of thick, white radishes growing in the corner of the field. Suddenly, the monk's warning flashed through his mind. Eating a radish would be fatal to this ox. "Rather than spending my life as a working slave and slowly withering away, I'd rather eat this and take my chances." The lazy man marched over, grabbed a radish, and crunched through the whole thing. Radish juice ran down his throat. The lazy man squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for whatever fate awaited him. Instead of dying, however, the lazy man was stunned when a warm light flooded his vision. He opened his eyes wide. The heavy mask was gone. He was back in his own human form, sitting beneath the very tree where he had once lazed his days away. In truth, the radish had been the key to breaking the magic spell all along. When the lazy man returned home, he was a completely different person. The moment he heard his mother's footsteps, he would jump up and sweep the yard. He was always the first to help his neighbors. Whenever the urge to be lazy crept in, the lazy man would recall the memory of toiling endlessly as an ox and push himself to keep going. Before long, the villagers stopped calling him the lazy man and began calling him the hard-working young man instead.